Very interesting, that. I think if I was going to talk about retiring, I think I'd like to win the world title and then talk about it. Because if he wins this year, he's quite capable of going on and equaling the gentleman sitting next to me's record, because he has got 7 world titles in him if he puts his mind to it, Stephen.
Yeah, I said that to John this afternoon. It's all about if he wants to do it, he's more than capable. As far as I'm concerned, he's the best player ever to lift a cue. Well, if you're not enjoying yourself, you don't play.
Yeah, that's the only reason to retire, if you're not enjoying it out there. But this year, he certainly has. Now, can he find the path if he pots this red? Well, I thought he was going to get away with that, but the red has come back up the table.
One.
Pink and black out of the game at the moment. Could have played that a little better. He wanted to be further up the table to take this red, get nicely on the blue, and then into the pink and reds. That was his plan, but he's left himself rather awkward on this red to the right corner.
Yeah, you just heard Ali say shot to himself, good shot, so he's not happy with that. He had a lot of room for error there. There's a slight chance of a cannon on the red to the right of the black here, but he's didn't seem to fancy that. Thought the shot looked on myself there.
Ali card to 3.
Didn't quite, as I mentioned, get on that red as he intended, to go up for the blue and then split the pink and reds up. Always a bit of a bonus when you, well, I thought it was in behind the green, so no problem for Ali to return the safety shot. You always get a terrific round of applause when you finish tight up against the colour, but you're playing to leave the white on the cushion, Stephen, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a little bonus really when you manage the snooker. Your first priority when playing safe is, as you say, to get as close to that bulk cushion as possible. This is awkward cueing. You're aiming down something you can put a little bit more side on than you mean. And this also looks a great pace in the cue ball.
A little bit like the opening frame of this final, which lasted nearly 27 minutes, and balls went a little awkward. There's some very good tactical play. We've had a few frames like that where the balls have finished up in awkward positions, and it's been fascinating because we've seen the frames with one visit. It's good all-round match snooker we've been seeing so far in this final. And there's another one, another good shot. He's just looking to see if those two are a possible plan. He'd have to knock another one onto those two, which is the one he'll play safe off. So the one just the other side of the black, he'd be playing off that, knock it onto those two reds. You never know. Be a safety shot also, but in fact he didn't hit the other two reds, but I'll settle for that. The fact he hit the red, the pot is no use to Ronnie. He's near the cushion, there's no colour available. So, I mean, the brown would be a nice target, but he's just looking to see if he could possibly swing the white round behind the brown. Got to be careful with the blue though on the way back. It's going to go tight up behind the green. He's played 3 or 4 of these escape shots where he's come off 2 cushions and flicked a red and got back up the table. And it's amazing the amount of times he gets it. It's so difficult to judge this shot. He's done it again. He has done it again. I'm going to have to say, of all the players I've seen, I've never seen anybody that judges that shot so well, Stephen.
That's a fantastic shot.
Your fellow countryman might lose his title, Angles McManus, Alan McManus, because Ali Carter, the way he judged those angles for that escape's superb.
Yeah, you have to trust the cushions as well, how they're going to react when you put the side on, but that was a fantastic shot. Not played this one so well. Nice kiss in the green.
Yeah, it's getting very messy, this table. You never get 2 frames of snooker the same. The balls always seem to go different every single frame. Well, he's got a pot, but okay, the yellow going near the pocket helps a little bit, but where's he going to get the cue ball to here? If he avoids that cannon on the red, he's going to career into the reds near the black. Oh, he's flicked the red. He'll take that one. That's amazing how he's caught the red and got all the way around the table.
He'll be absolutely delighted with that result. As you say, there was no path back. I think he was just, the pot was easy. He was just going to career into reds and hopefully be in something. Obviously, the yellow's near the pocket.
Has he got the angle here to pop the yellow and just nudge the pink and red, Stephen?
I don't think he'll be playing that shot. You're getting very attacking in your old age, Dennis.
Well, I'm just thinking if he can get that pink into play. I don't think the red next to the pink's available. But it was one of those shots, if he had the angle to play the cannon, he'd got the red over the left corner pocket. all depends whether that pink and red are potable or at least one of them is available.
4.
See, the pink might just go in the middle pocket if you could get this side of it. He's going to get the green back on its spot now.
Well, it's had an absolutely huge bounce off the top cushion there. That kilo was going to be nowhere near there. Watch how quickly this cue ball accelerates off the top cushion here. It's almost like there was no cloth on it.
Yeah, underneath the cloth there you've got rubber on the cushions, and that's what causes the ball to bounce. Some of the holiday camps I used to play at, the cushions were there just to stop the ball from falling on the floor, Stephen. They were that bad.
Yeah, you normally find if there's a bit of chalk on the cushion, and if the cue ball hits that exact point, it doesn't grip, doesn't get a chance to grip the cushion, and it accelerates.
Just starting to open up a little bit. Pink and blue now in the open, but the black, well, it's surrounded with reds.
Ronnie's long potting hasn't got into gear yet tonight. So 2 or 3 opportunities. None of them easy, mind you, but you expect such great things from him.
The white had pulled up a little shorter, he could have played the snooker behind the brown, but not from there, he can't. Gradually those reds will get moved from around the black. That's poor shot. He's dropped himself in all sorts of trouble here. If Ali can get in behind the green. But throughout this year's World Championship, Ronnie has showed terrific patience. Something he hasn't always done here. Sometimes he can lose a bit of interest and just have a go at anything, but the way he's applied himself here has been very impressive. In fact, I remember one frame where he was nearly 80 points behind and came to the table, potted the last red and colours to get a bit of potting practice. We've never seen Ronnie do that a couple of seasons ago.
By limits. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
He needed a thin snick on the red there. Ronnie's just having a look to see if he can take this pot on. If it's just off straight, he might be tempted because he can get on the pink or blue. But with so much safety being played, you know, this needs good cueing. You don't always knock one in after a safety bout. And that was the outcome, and he's stuck a red up. I didn't fancy Ronnie knocking that one in. Normally you would do, but that, after all the safety that's been played, it's far from easy.
One.
It's just landed with a slightly thinner cut in the blue than he would have liked. Makes it a little bit more difficult to control the white for your position. You may have to play some sort of cannon to kill the pace of the white, if anything else.
Yeah, and if he slips up past the pink with the cue ball and cannons one of those reds, it's so easy to slip out of position. That's why he's thinking about this. Well, let's see where he can get that cue ball. That's the cannon. Now how's it going to work out? You see, that's the problem. And that's the problem with that type of shot. Maybe you could have played with a little bit more pace, but
yeah, he managed to screw the white past the pink, so possibly the cannon and the pink might have been an easier shot to play, but so a little bit unlucky not to be in anything.
Ali Carter 6.
Well, there's a possible pot for Ronnie here, but once again he's going to cannon that red that's to the right of this. He'll do well to pot this and get out onto pink or blue. It's a tricky little pink, but he can drop on a red if he pots the pink. That was a long pot. If he rolls the pink, and I'm just wondering if he can get somewhere near there. He's using two cushions to get there, and he has got on the red, but I thought he might be able to get on. And if the black pot's in the opposite corner, all of a sudden,
7.
with that one positional shot, he's got a good chance.
Eight.
He had to use the two cushions to get to where I had the line up. And the only problem when he pots the black, might be tied up again. But he's got the pink in the open.
$15.
Yeah, he'll have to go for the blue this time. The pink won't go on either corner just at present. That's cleared the pink
60.
to the right corner pocket. It's terrific watching him break building, Stephen, and for you, who probably is the greatest break builder that's ever played the game. Ronnie's about 100 centuries behind you. It must be great for you to watch him the way he goes about it.
Yeah, there's no one better. I mean, the first pink in the middle, the control to come off 2 cushions. It's hard to explain to obviously viewers at home
22.
how difficult that shot is. The touch is just amazing.
$28. $29.
I just love this shot coming in from the back of the crucible, just to show you what he's faced with.
$35. $36.
Just looking to see where he wants to leave the cue ball. He's going to have to develop something after this next red. Don't think the red to the right of the black pot's anywhere, so he's finished a little bit of an awkward angle here. Well, if you ever want to see how to hit a cue ball well, just struck beautifully. To play that shot with the opposite side, Dennis, and screw up the cushion was timing to perfection.
Needs a cannon though this time. And he's got the cannon, but not quite as planned. So end of break. Ali Carter's not out of this frame yet.
49.
Just 37 ahead. The way the balls are situated, Ronnie would be a strong favourite for this frame, but they can soon be moved. Not a lot for Ronnie to play in behind here. Just going to keep the red safe.
Ronnie was 11.49.
That's a terrific pot, and if he can land on this yellow, if he had to come out into the table, he would have taken the blue, but cushion first and in behind yellow and green.
Yellow ball.
So that's an occasion where I might be tempted to not even lay the snooker, bring the yellow, green and open, because you'll find that Ronnie will find a way just to line these reds dead weight. Whereas if you had to play a safety shot from tight under the baulk cushion, it would be easy for him to hit these reds thick.
Yeah, twice across the table here. That's his escape route. He's got to make sure he avoids the blue. Not quite.
Foul and a miss. Ali Carter 4.
It will go back, but with the readjustment, you would expect Ronnie to get out of this. This looks better. a good point of yours, Stephen. It just shows you how different players think. Yeah, your plan was to open up the yellow and green, and yeah, it wasn't a bad idea.
Well, as long as Ronnie played the shot he played, he was never going to leave anything, and the yellow and green's now tied up. So yeah, different players play shots different ways. That's what makes snooker such an interesting game. I would have liked to have everything in the open there and possibly force Ronnie into playing a mistake.
Oh, this is a pretty good effort. Just coming off a little bit narrow there, but very good. Longest frame was the fourth frame. That lasted just over 35 minutes. First frame was over 26 minutes. Just the way the balls have finished up in some of the frames. But it's still good. Fascinating snooker to watch. I think a couple of seasons we had a poll. The viewers could vote in, and they said, I think the highest percentage said they enjoyed the tactical play as much, if not more, than watching big breaks going in all the time. Just wondering if Ronnie can get in behind the yellow. There is a way around, and he could play it left-handed, swing this around the angles. He'll hit 1, 2, 3 cushions, possibly 4. Watch the cue ball. No, he's hit it too thin. He had a groan. He's near the pocket with the white. You could hear Ronnie groan as soon as he hit the red. It's perfectly safe, but he was trying to get round behind that yellow and green. Oh, a touching ball would be good, and it is touching. Ali Carter didn't want to see that touching. Ronnie might just get in behind the yellow and green this time if he can pick the angle out. Just off the one cushion and ball cushion. And that's going to cannon them this time. Pretty good eyesight, and you need pretty good cueing to hit the ball that thin. This is close. Ali knew there was a possibility that could happen. It was a shot to nothing, but you can always pull that double off.
Ronnie O'Sullivan won.
And this time not as easy for Ali Carter, because the reds are not close together. So if he lands on one, he's going to leave the other. And that's why he's just trusted to luck, and he hasn't had any. 33 the difference, just this red and pink or black would be good.
1.
Now,
8.
Ali Carter had a chance to draw level, but Ronnie O'Sullivan has stayed patient. And if this falls in behind the black, Ali might
Ronnie
stay in his seat.
O'Sullivan, 8.
Well, he knows it's not quite a snooker, so coming back to the table. Needs a couple of snookers at the moment. Don't blame him, where the brown, green are. It's not a bad effort, just a little bit too strong. He's got to keep this red on the table, the fact he needs 2 snookers.
Where Ali just played that shot from, if you could get the cue ball there after putting a red and black, it would be nice to lay a snooker behind the green. Might find himself snookered here though.
Well, I think Ronnie would have liked to have kept that yellow tight on the cushion. Now the yellow's in the perfect spot. Not that easy to get in behind the yellow from here though, but he hasn't sent the red far enough across. He was hoping that the brown would block the pocket for the red. So this pot, and it wouldn't matter if he potted the red if he went into the middle pocket, the left middle pocket.
Six.
So it doesn't matter what type of
8.
frames they are. Ronnie O'Sullivan remains fully focused, as he has done throughout this year's World Championship.
11.
There's a bit of a tactical frame. The balls went awkward, but that earlier break of 49 paved the way for Ronnie O'Sullivan to get back into the lead by 2 frames. It's 6-4.